Hi everyone, welcome to Needful Things again. As you can see in the picture in the beginning of the video, this is sort of like a shrug, sort of a crop top type thing with a bell-bottom sleeve. I call it a bell-bottom sleeve. I guess it's just a bell sleeve. So what we're doing here is I'm using this peaches and cream cotton. It's 100% cotton. It's not very large. It's only 120 yards in each one, 70.9 grams, 2.5 ounces. I picked up 4, but I'm going to have to pick up more. I think I'm going to get a couple more at least, maybe 3. So I'd say about 5 or 6 of them if you find them. Or you could get a bigger skein of yarn. So it's cotton, and I'm using this Susan Bates size G or 6 hook. And so what we're doing is we're just doing 2 rectangles that are about 29 inches long. Do 2 of those, and then we'll connect them together and make some sleeves. Okay? So I have a marker here. I think that's row 10 because this is where my sleeve will be. My sleeve will go and start there. Like around there will be the sleeve. And so we're going to move on through this piece. So the way we're going to start this piece is by doing the bottom. And so we're going to use the nice soft cotton yellow. I thought yellow would be something different and nice to work in. So we're going to start with, you need 38 half double crochets on your foundation row. So I'm just going to chain my 38 stitches. And 38, and I'm just going to pinch my little 38 stitch there because I'm going to chain one more. Then I'm going to yarn over, and in that 38 stitch I'm going to do a half double crochet. And I'm just going to do half double crochets all the way down the chain until you get to the end of it, where you'll have 38 half double crochets. And you can do it in the back bumps if you want to have a more looser edge. It's not really necessary for this pattern, but you can certainly do that. So I'm going to continue with my half double crochets down the row until I have my 38, and then I'll meet back up with you and we'll go from there. Okay? So just keep doing your 38 and we'll meet back up there. 37 and 38, my half double crochets in my foundation row, chain 3, and that's what we have there for our first row. Now you see what we're doing here, this stitch pattern that I've come up with for this top. If you see it unfolded, you'll see it better. To me it almost looks like the caning in a chair, you know what I mean? Like, you ever seen a chair with caning? That's what it looks like to me. So basically we're on our second row now, here. So we've done our chain 3. And that counts as that double crochet. That chain 3 counts as a double crochet. So we're going to go in the next stitch and do a double crochet. Then we're going to chain 2. Then we're going to skip 2, 1, 2. right there, 1, 2. And we have 3 and 4, so we're going to go in the 4. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4th stitch. Do a double crochet, yarn over, go back to the 3rd stitch here, right here, and we're going to cross that stitch over the previous one. So we just did 2 cross double crochets over one another, and we have 2 spaces in between. Chain 2, yarn over, skip 2, and then there's the next 2. We'll go on the 4th one, do a double crochet, yarn over, go back to the stitch beside it, the 3rd stitch that you skipped, do your other double crochet, it crosses over that one. Chain 2, and that's what we're doing all the way across that row to the end, and you'll get this caning effect. Okay, so we've chained 2, and you'll always have the 2 stitches in the middle. Okay, so skip 2, go into the 4th one, double crochet, go back to the 3rd one, pull it through, double crochet on top of the previous one you just did. You've twisted it over that one. Chain 2, whoops, skip 2, 3 and 4, go into the 4th one, do your double crochet, yarn over, go back to the 3rd one, going in from the front to the back, pull the yarn through, and cross over that double crochet. Chain 2, skip 2, go into the 4th one, pull your double crochet, then go back and work a double crochet in the 3rd one that you skipped. Chain 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, go into the 4th one, do your double crochet, yarn over, go back to the 3rd one you skipped, pull up your double, whoops, do your double crochet, pull it through from the front to the back, do your double crochet, chain 2, and we're doing the twisting over, very simple once you get the hang of it. Skip 2, 3, 4 into the 4th one, we're going to do a double crochet again, go back to the 3rd one, do a double crochet over that one, twisting it over it, chain 2, skip 2, 3, 4, in the 4th one you'll do a double crochet, go back to the 3rd one, do a double crochet, chain 2, skip 2, and you should have 2 stitches left where you'll do 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, chain 3, and turn your work. Okay, so this is what we did. Twisting them over, the 2 doubles twisting over. So we started with the half double row. Now we're back on the front again. This will be the front of our work. Although either side would probably do, whichever one you like. So this could also be used just like a bathing suit top cover up if you wanted to. So we already have our chain 3, so in the next stitch we do our double crochet. We do exactly what we did, 1, 2, skip those 2 right there. And see, there's the top of the 2 stitches here, 1, 2. That's one double there, 1 double there. We're going to hit both of those. So we're going to crisscross this as well. So we're going to the second double crochet that we did, work a double crochet, yarn over, then go back to this first double crochet, going from front to back, if we're looking at the work this way, and complete your double crochet, chain 2, And we're doing the same thing, but what happens is we're going this way with the stitch and then we're going that way, so you get a nice little pattern there. Go to the next one, yarn over. There's our 2 double crochets. We skipped the 2 spaces here. There's the 2 in each one of our double crochets. We're going into the second one and do our first double crochet like that. Yarn over, then go back to the other double crochet and go through just like we did on the other row and cross over that double crochet, chain 2. This is very soft. It's a beautiful color. It's called Sunshine. Isn't that nice? Sunshine. I find that peaches and cream can be not so soft, but that's okay for summer wear, I guess. But once you wash it, it gets really soft. So we're going to do our crossover. We'll do our first double crochet. Yarn over, go back to the first one, work your double crochet over that one, chain 2, go to the next one. There's our 2 double crochets. We're going to the second one first, work that double crochet, yarn over, go back to the first one from your front to the back, the way we're looking at the work at this point, chain 2. The next one, do the same thing, go into the second double crochet, work the double crochet, yarn over, go back to the first double crochet, work the double crochet crossover, chain 2. And see, we're just repeating the same thing. And you'll just repeat row after row after row until you get to the last few stitches. I'll tell you how many rows that is. I haven't counted them yet, but it's 29 inches. Make your piece 29 inches. And we start with the row, of course. This row of double crochets. Let me turn this through. We start with our row of half double crochets, and then when we get to the end, we will also finish with a row of half double crochets. Okay? So that's what we're doing. Make it about 29 inches. I'm going to just do a little bit more. And I wanted to work up that first panel so that you could actually see what the panel looks like, you know, so you know what you're working towards. So it's not like blind crochet. And I don't mean that in any kind of bad way, so don't send me any emails or nasty comments. Because I'm sure people can crochet with their eyes closed. Chain 2. I'm at the end of my row, so I'll do my 2 double crochets on the end of each row in the beginning. And that last one goes into that third chain that we did before. Now we'll chain 3. Turn our work. Where are we on? 1, 2, 3. We're on row 4. Next stitch is the double crochet, chain 3. We're in our double twist, so we're going to the second double crochet and do our double crochet. Yarn over, go back to the first double crochet and pull through that loop and do your double crochet twist. Chain 2. Repeat the same thing, go into the second double crochet, work a double crochet. Go back to the first one, pull that through, and finish that double crochet twisted over that one. Chain 2, and repeat. And you could adjust this to whoever you want to make it for. Just, you know, you need to find their measurement around. It's a very loose fitting type of top. You don't have to wear it over a swimsuit. You can wear it any way you wanted to, I suppose. A little top under it or something like that, a sports bra, whatever. Nothing. It's all up to you, I guess. So continue to do that. I'm going to see how many rows this is and I'll let you know. Okay, so I counted the rows, all total up and down. It's 49 rows, that equals about 29 inches. Like I said, beginning with your half double crochet row and also ending with one. So this piece is 49 rows, so do 49 rows back and forth just like we did here. And then I'll catch back up with you when we get both of our panels done. Okay? Have fun! Welcome to Needful Things. So here we go with the second part of our making our little shrug midriff top cover up type situation. So what we've done is we've got our two panels. And I've just fastened 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 rows up from the bottom. I've got right sides together. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to slam the camera. So here we are. So we've got two front panels, front panel, and then we have the back, same piece, all one long triangle piece, two triangles. And I did write down that in the front, I'm going to go up 10 rows in the front and sew this together. You can crochet it. I'm going to use my darning needle. And then in the back, we're going to go up from the bottom in the back, same way, except in the back, we're also going to do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. That's on the wrong one. It should be on this one. So we get 10 on the bottom in the back and 10 in the front. And that will close in our neckline in the front and back. And my triangles, I keep calling them triangles, I'm sorry. My rectangles are 49 rows up and down, 49 rows. And you'll do yours as wide as you need it across the front of your chest, or you know how far around the person is that you're making it for. Mine will fit probably a small size to a medium. Okay, so right now we're going to just sew those two ends. And we also do the same thing where we're going to put the sleeves, but we won't do that yet because we're going to make the sleeve onto the piece. Okay. I'm sure you've seen this done a million times, but I'm just going to get you started. The scissor is never where you need it to be, is it? So, I'm just going to... Nothing fancy. Look at me, I just zoomed right through there, didn't I? I'm just going to tie it on, I'll weave it in later at the bottom. Okay, and then you just match it on the other side. Is how I'm going to do it. So it's as close to being together as it can be. So I'm just going to follow my stitches and sew it together. And I'm doing this from the front of my work. Okay. And that's what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to match it up as I go, from side to side. And you can do it whatever way you feel comfortable, but just sew it up 10 rows in the bottom on both sides, the front and the back. So we'll do the same way. Okay. And I want it, you know, tight, but don't pull on it. I don't do any like crazy pulling on it. I don't want it to pucker up. I'm just going to follow my stitches. Until I get to that, my last marker, my stitch marker. I'm sorry, I forgot to turn off the air filter and the fan. So, it should be quieter now. I apologize for that. So like I said, I'm just sewing up the front and the back panels in the center, so that we have a front neckline and a back neckline. And I'm just pulling it down like that so it doesn't pucker, and I can pull this tighter without pulling the bottom up, if you're wondering why I'm doing that weirdness. So I'm sure you get the idea here. So you just keep sewing yours up in the front. I mean, you know, this is a cover up for like a swimsuit top, or you can use it as a top itself and wear a little tank top or something under it, or a sports bra if you're into that. Or if you're into just letting it all hang out, you can just wear this without anything. Woo, what fun would that be? Okay. So we're coming up onto our row 10 of our rows where we're going to stitch it together. And we have a nice section in the middle here. It gives us a little bit more design interest. Let's make sure we have 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rows. Let's finish to the top of that 10 row. We'll be here. And that's all you have to do. And they're all sewn together. And see, this will be like your neck opening for the front, and you'll do the same thing in the back. Now I'm just going to flip this over for a second so that I can make sure this is tight off like it should be. Okay. I'll just give that a little clip. I'll sew that in later. And now we're going to do the same thing on the back side. And you see that's what we just did. So we have the front. This will be the front. So I'm just going to put a little marker here to let me know this is my front piece. Maybe 2 in case I ignore it. That's my front. Now we're back here on the back. Don't like that. Okay. And we're going to do the same thing here, starting at the bottom, just like we did. Match it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rows. Same exact way. So do both of those, and I'll see you back here in just a few seconds. Okay, so now we have our front and back seam sewed up. Or sewn up, I should say. So this will be the front. I've marked it with my 2 markers, so I'll remember that's the front for my working mind. And there's our neck that we've created. So now what we're going to do is on the side, let me turn it this way. We're on our sides now. You know, this is the front, one side, the other side, left and right. So on this side, we're going to count up 12 rows, just like we did in the front here. Except that was 10. We're going to do 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I put markers on 12 in the front and the back section, as you can see, at row 12. And we're just going to sew up that seam exactly that way we did the front seam. And we're going to do that on both sides, 12 rows up. And that will create our armhole here on our top. Okay? And then after that, I'll come back and show you how we're going to do our bell sleeve. Okay? Okay, so now we have our seams all sewed together. Here's our side seam. It goes to the pattern, gives us a nice flow of stitches. And there's our armhole for our sleeve on that side. Same on this side. There's our armhole for that side. It's a very simple pattern. And here's our front section. Of course, we've already done those, the front and the back, sewn together. So we have this cute little top with a V-neck in the front and back. It's pretty though because it's just for over something like a tank top or a swimsuit or something like that. So now what we're going to do next will be the sleeves. Okay, so get all your seams done and your holes for your sleeves put in, your neckline, get it all done up. And then we will do the sleeves. Okay, so here we are. I've done my one sleeve so you can see what it looks like. Let me just pull this over. It looks bigger than it is. This is actually fits on my small mannequin. There's 25 open spaces all the way down. We're going to do the same thing all the way down. All these rows here. And this is about 12 inches, I think. This is a ruffle on the bottom. So yeah, it's about 12 inches to the blue part, and that's when we'll start the little bell out, the little section that bells out. And the whole sleeve is only about 17 inches because it's like a cover-up or a little small summer top. So you have to make sure you have your 25 open spaces. It never changes. There's no increases or decreases. Down here at the bottom, we'll do V-stitches. There's still no increases or decreases with the stitch that we're doing. And get this over here. Because from the top, as you'll see, it comes out. Like it's, you know, here. Like that. It comes out. So you have sort of like a bell-bottom type sleeve, I would call it, I guess. A bell sleeve. So the way we're going to get started is we're going to go back to our armhole on the other side. And let me get my yarn. And I'm just going to unroll some yarn from my soft little cotton yarn ball. It's so soft. And I'm just going to make a loop. That end we'll fix later. So now we're here in our hole. I'm working from the outside of the work. I'm just going to put it through like right here. See that we have these rows here. I'm just going to stick it. I'm not going to put it in the first section because I'm going to put a double crochet right through here. Just push it through there. Grab your loop, pull it through. Oh. Chain one, and then just do a double crochet in the same space. I'm grabbing that tail just to hold it in tight there. And you'll do your first double crochet there, and then when you get to the other side, after your last little space, you'll do the second double crochet there. And you'll do that all the way up in the same spots. We're not reversing or anything. We're going round and round and round. And you have to make sure you keep those in the same spot. Now we're going to chain two. And go to our next section, which would be right here. And just right there in that section and put a double crochet. Oops. Chain two. I like to put a marker in there where my first stitch is, because that's where we're going to join it together. Then we chain two, and we'll just go around. And I try to keep it, you know, where the spaces are, like right here, like sort of on that line. So we chain two. We'll go into this one. Chain two. Go into the next one. Chain two. Now if you had to make your sleeve bigger, or you were making your whole thing bigger, then you might have more stitches in here. But my stitches are basically, I'm doing a small to a medium, I guess could wear this. And so you see that you keep your line of your stitches from your body section. So it looks all connected when it's done. And so we're going to chain two, go to the next one. Double crochet. Chain two, double crochet, try to keep those bars lined up, double crochet into the next one there. Well, I don't like where that one went. The first row will be the little bit difficult row, and then the next ones will just fall right in there because you'll have your pattern set up by then. And we'll just continue around our arm opening. Like that, in that pattern. Double crochet, chain two. go into that next section where like that bar is lined up. Chain 2. And you'll just keep going around like that all the way till you get to the back, and in that very last stitch we'll do a double crochet. That's why I love this Susan Bates hook. It just pushes right through that yarn. Gets you right in those little tiny spaces. And so we're just going all the way around the sleeve opening, as I said. I always and I'll just leave that marker in there because I like to. I don't have to want to look for my row when I'm measuring it. I just know that's where it started. And we have one more space here. And we'll chain 2. And right beside that one, sort of like where we push that one in, we're going to push another double crochet in right here. I'm not really putting it into the stitch that was made for it, but. And then we're going to go into the first one and connect those 2 doubles together right there. Just like that. And we're going to keep them together all the way down the line. Okay? Just chain 1 to hold it. Do a double crochet in the very same spot. Chain 2. And you already have your work set up because you just did your foundation row. And you go right into the top of that double crochet, do another double crochet, chain 2, go into the top of that next double crochet, do another double crochet, chain 2, do a double crochet in the next double crochet, and we're just working our chain stitches, then making our open spaces down the sleeve. And like I said, I like to keep this in the very first stitch so that I always keep my line straight. And it will look like there's 3 in there, but there's really not. And I'll show you what I mean on the other sleeve. Like here's the where we just started, because I still have the stitch marker in there. I don't know if you can see that very well. Let me see if I can get my hand under there to make it. Yeah. So see how we begin. It looks like there's 3 stitches, but that's really just the chain stitch. That's not a stitch. So you have double crochet, double crochet, double crochet, double crochet, double crochet, double crochet. That in the middle is just a chain stitch. Looks like 3, but it's not. Really just 2 double crochets. And we'll keep that line straight all the way down so your piece stays straight and you don't have a wobbly seam line. If you've ever seen that or had that happen to you. And we'll just do that until you get 12 inches in length. And mine, I think, was about 18 rows. I did 18 rows. and it was 12 inches, right at 12 inches. So you do your 18 rows like this, and I'll catch back up with you and show you how to start the part that flares out at the bottom of the sleeve. Okay? Now I did change color on the bottom of my sleeve. You do not have to. I just did it because it's just a little more whimsical and fun. You can do the same color on the whole sleeve if you want to. And so you'll just continue to do this all the way around your sleeve until you have 18 rows or about 12 inches. And then I'll catch back up with you then and show you how to add the bell at the bottom. Okay, so when we get to the end of our yellow part of the sleeve, well, if you don't change colors, you don't have to worry about changing colors. I just changed colors to do the bottom half, the little flare out part. So you get your, I believe it was 18 rows, not making any increases. And then stop when you get to your 12 inches, 18 rows, and we'll start this, and I'll show you how that starts. Now to start the bottom of your sleeve so it flares out a little bit, you're going to always keep still. That straight line up the back, up the seam of the sleeve will always be straight with the double crochet, ending and beginning. So if you change colors or you didn't, doesn't matter, you'll keep going. So you do a double crochet, chain 2. Then in the stitch here, on top of this double crochet here, we're going to do a V-stitch, which is 1 double crochet, 1 chain, and 1 double crochet. Okay? And then you'll do 2 chains, then another V-stitch, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, all in that same stitch to make a V-stitch. Then you'll chain 2, another V-stitch, chain 2, V-stitch. And that's what you'll do all the way around. You'll get back to this side, and you'll put your last one. You'll do two of your chains, and then you'll do your double crochet here. Connect to this one, and just keep going. I'm not sure how many, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I did 10 rows on that part, so I'll do 10 rows on this part. Okay? So I'll pick up where I was on the sleeve. I just did the chain 2. Now we're going to do the V-stitch over top of this double crochet. 1 double crochet, 1 chain, 1 double crochet in the same stitch for our V-stitch. Then we'll chain 2, and we'll do the same thing in the next, on top of the next double crochet. Do our V-stitch, chain 2, do our next V-stitch, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 2, do our next V-stitch, and you'll just do that for 10 rows, and then fasten off. And if you want to do a little fancy edging around your top, you can do that as well, or not, you'll be done. I may do a little edging around it, I'm not sure. I like to give it a little pull, make sure my stitches fall into place. That was a little large, isn't it? So I'll just keep going around and around and around, and you don't have to do any increases, because the way we're doing the stitch with the V-stitches, it'll automatically give you that little flare out. So that makes it really easy. I'll just do a few more with you. Oops. It's so soft and silky that it just slips right off this cotton. I'm using this cotton yarn. This is Lion brand. The other one was a different one. I'm going to just finish this row so you can see how it ends very easily. Same as it always does, so you keep that straight seam. Whoops. Whoops. So slick. Chain 2. And we do our chain 2. And we'll do our last double crochet on top of this double crochet, like we've always been doing. And then just connect them together and end the row. Just like that. Chain 1. And we're ready to start our next row. And we'll do it the same way we've been doing it. We'll do a double crochet right in that same stitch, the first stitch there, so it's right on top of our previous double crochet, so we keep our straight line. Chain 2, V-stitch inside this V-stitch. Doing the same V-stitch, double crochet, 1 chain, double crochet, then 2 double crochets. Do a V-stitch here, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, all inside that V-stitch. Chain 2. Same thing we did in the other row, except we're doing it inside the V-stitch. Just like that. And we'll just continue for 10 rows. I'll do one more. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, all inside the previous V-stitch. Chain 2, move to the next one. V-stitch in this V-stitch space. And move on around and continue until you have 10 rows around, and I'll come back and show you how we're going to finish it off. Okay? And here's the finished top, the crop top with the flared sleeve. It comes down just below the breast line, and it's just a hang fun open sleeve. And it drops down with the same neckline in the back, and it goes, you know, it fits to the form once you put it on, just like a lot of things do. So I'll put it on the mannequin and you can see it there.